We're good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first press conference of the 2018 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Series. This is our 250 class podium. Finishing third on was Aaron Plessinger. Second was Jeremy Martin, and taking the win was Zach Osborne. First question for Aaron Plessinger. You stacked a Supercross title, a proposal, and just about everything into about 13 days ago. So take us through from then to now.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I kind of had the proposal and plan, but if I didn't win the championship, it wasn't going to happen. So, it was a lot to take in one night. But yeah, I'm kind of still starstruck about it. But yeah, I'm happy with the way I rode today and ready to get to Glen Helen.
I know one of the Achilles heels so far sometimes is the starts, and today was another one of those days where you had to keep coming up through. What do you think it is exactly about the starts that sometimes doesn't quite work out for you?
The first moto, I'm not sure. I think I made a mistake on my part, but I got a good jump in the second one, and I just didn't really feel too comfortable in the second moto, and these guys were on another level, so. I feel like if I would have tried to keep up with them in the second one, I would have went down pretty hard. But no, I rode solid, and I'm happy with my performance. Finish it up with a podium on the round one is always the goal and sets the mood for the year.
Jeremy Osborne, a two-time outdoor champion, and Jeremy Martin. I saw the Aaron Osborne. My bad. It's a long day for me too. Two-time champion, and then you start off today. Again, you had some good starts, and take us through your afternoon.
Yeah, it was solid. Good practice time. I got my time taken away. I guess I jumped on a medic, just like Soupy. But no, it was good. Got a good start in the first moto, and then Zach got around me, and then ripped a good start in Moto 2, and AP and I were battling. We were battling. We got dirty. We bumped a little bit in the half pipe, and yeah. And then Zacho, I heard him coming. That husky sounds like one of a kind, and yeah, we kind of yo-yoed for the rest of the race, and he got away just enough, and put her on cruise control.
Zach, you started off the day exactly the way a guy with the number one plate on the bike should. A 50-point day. That's got to be a pretty good feeling.
For sure. I mean, it's nice to take maximum points today and just get things started on the right foot. You come here, you think you know what you have, and how that your package is good and everything, but to come and solidify it and have some momentum is nice. I was super nervous this morning, just kind of putting too much pressure on myself and expectation, and was able to go out in the second practice and kind of find my legs a little bit, and then yeah, in the first moto, made some good passes, and actually two relatively good starts for my standard today. So I'm happy with that, and happy to be back on the dirt start. It took me a while to really gel with the grate, and I'm happy to kind of be back with something I'm familiar with and kind of feel a little more confident about.
I'd like to now open it up to questions from the media. Who'd like the first question? Guy B.
Jumping in the half pipe, but I would think that would be a pretty tough place to try and make a pass there.
Yeah, AP, he didn't get quite as good of a drive as I did out of the turn, like when dropping in, and then I came in, he could see me right there, and then we touched elbows a little bit, but it wasn't like a massive slam or anything. It was as clean as you can get for bumping.
Next question from the media.
Aaron Hans with Racer X. I was just hoping, as for all three of you, kind of compare this year's track to last year's.
Definitely a little drier and flatter this year. Not quite as ruddy, but still, I mean, for the first race of the season, and yeah, just it's gnarly. It's always one of the gnarlier ones, just because you're not quite in full swing yet, and it gets like the second like real sneaky rough. Like you'd be just cruising along, and then you hit a square edge and you're sideways in no time. I mean, it was just attentive to everything, all that kind of wears on you a little bit. But I mean, obviously, I prefer it to be as ruddy and kind of sloppy as possible. But it was a good track today. I mean, it was okay.
Go ahead, AP.
Yeah, it was. We started up practice and it wasn't as muddy as it was last year, and wasn't as deep, and it kind of got choppy instead of like real gnarly, like huge bumps. But no, it was still a good racetrack, and yeah, I mean, I think Zach covered all the basics.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bummed that they didn't rip it. You know, like we went out there for practice, and I was like, oof, it was just really wet. You could tell they just watered it, and then track worked up. It had some really soft sections, and then some other spots were pretty hard and choppy. It was pretty fast, and like Zach says, all of a sudden you get like a good drive through, a couple laps, and then all of a sudden something would happen. You'd be like, whoa, what was that? But standard West Coast conditions.
Next question from the media. I'll take the final question for you three. We have this week, we head down about 7 or 8 hours south of here.
Double Jeopardy?
Double Jeopardy. What's your thoughts heading into Glen Helen? What's that track hold for you?
Glen Helen, for me, I just hope we don't show up there and there's a bunch of jumps that send you to the moon, and yeah, for no apparent reason. It's one of the gnarliest tracks on earth with no jumps, so if they go out there and build, you know, silly jumps, it's just uncalled for in my opinion. So for me, I mean, I'd like to go there and keep the ball rolling and come away safe.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Like Glen Helen's already gnarly in itself, and it's kind of got like a high speed like no other track. And then I saw some stuff on social media, like some massive booters, and I'm like, dear God, hopefully MX Sports says something, because it's cool. Like it's cool like to hit something like that, but in a race scenario when, dude, like we got 42 guys, and then you got your LCQs and stuff like that, and you get potholes and the track gets rough. It's like, I don't want to hit a 100-foot triple next to, you know, some guys.
Yeah, for sure. It's Glen Helen's, if not the gnarliest, one of the gnarliest tracks out there. And when they do add those jumps and you're coming around at 34 minutes and you're kind of tired, and then you hit a pothole, you're more than likely to go down. And yeah, I mean, what Zach said, there, do my work and come out safe.
This will actually be the final question, and it's going to set the tone, I believe, for quite a long time. Coming up on October 6th and 7th, the Motocross of Nations returns to the United States soil for only the 4th time in 72 years. And this is pretty much just a yes or no. If you were selected for the team, would you go?
Yeah, I would. I think I would dye my hair red, white, and blue, and then probably do a mohawk or something like that.
Nice.
That'd be dope. I think that would be sweet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to go. That'd be pretty neat.
Well,
I think Lot B is pretty rowdy anyways, but I think it might get shut down.
Well, it certainly would be a pleasure to have all three of you on the team. You're all certainly very capable.
We can do that.
All three of you are champions. So, folks, this is a very nice group of young men that put on a heck of a show for us today. Thank you very much. The top three in the 250 class.